Have you ever walked into a place for the first time and felt like you had been there before? Or maybe you were having a conversation, and for a brief second, you knew exactly what the other person was going to say, almost as if you had already lived that moment. That eerie, unsettling familiarity is called déjà vu. Most people experience it at least once in their lives, some more frequently than others. But what if it isn't just a brain glitch? What if déjà vu is something more? Something bigger? Science tells us that déjà vu is a temporary hiccup in the way our brain processes memories. A common theory is that it happens when your brain mistakenly files a new experience as an old memory, making you feel like you've lived it before. It's like your mind momentarily loses track of time, confusing the present with the past. But what if science only explains part of the picture? What if déjà vu isn't just a misfire in your neurons, but a glimpse into something far more mysterious, something that could change the way you see reality itself? Let's step outside the limits of traditional science for a moment and entertain a thought that's both terrifying and fascinating. What if déjà vu is proof that you've lived this life before? Not in the sense of reincarnation where you are reborn as someone else, but in the idea that you are reliving your exact life over and over again. Every decision, every mistake, every heartbreak, every success. What if you've already done it all before and you're just now catching brief flashes the last time around? This idea isn't new. In fact, the ancient philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche explored a concept called eternal recurrence. He asked, what if time isn't linear but circular? What if the universe and everything in it, including your life, repeats forever in an infinite loop? According to this theory, you've lived this exact moment before, the same thoughts, the same emotions, the same conversations. You've been here, you've done this, and you will do it all again. But if this is true, why don't we remember it? Why do we only get these fleeting glimpses, these strange, out-of-place moments where time feels like it folds in on itself? What if déjà vu is the mind's way of breaking through the illusion, a crack in the system, a brief moment where your consciousness remembers what it's not supposed to? What if, for just a second, your past self is reaching out, warning you, nudging you toward a better path? Think about the times you've had déjà vu. Was it during an ordinary moment, or was it tied to a major life decision? Something important, something that shaped your future. Could these moments be signals, breadcrumbs left behind by past versions of yourself? Maybe the reason déjà vu feels so unsettling isn't because it's meaningless, but because deep down, some part of you recognizes its significance. If this theory is true, it leads to a much bigger question. Can you break the cycle? If you are truly living in an endless loop, is there a way to escape it? What happens if you start listening to these moments instead of brushing them off? Maybe déjà vu isn't just a mistake in the brain, but a warning from your own subconscious, urging you to make a different choice, take a different path, rewrite your future. But here's where things get even stranger. Scientists have actually studied déjà vu, and some findings suggest that it might not be entirely random. Some people report experiencing déjà vu more often in highly emotional or stressful situations. Others claim they only experience it when they are about to make a major life change. Could it be that déjà vu isn't just a memory glitch, but an instinct, something built into our consciousness to guide us? And if it is, who or what put it there? This leads to an even deeper mystery. If déjà vu is a message, then where is it coming from? Is it really your past self sending you warnings? Or could it be something else, something outside of time itself? Some have suggested that déjà vu is a clue that reality isn't what we think it is. Maybe we are living in a simulation, and these moments are just echoes of previous runs, Errors in the system, brief reminders that we have been here before because the program has run before. The idea of time repeating isn't just philosophical, it has roots in physics as well. Some scientists believe that time might not be a straight line at all, but something more fluid, something that loops back on itself in ways we don't yet understand. Could déjà vu be the brain's way of processing these ripples in time, moments where our consciousness momentarily touches another cycle? And if that's the case, what happens when we die? If time is an endless loop, do we just start again, unknowingly reliving our lives from the very beginning? Or is there a way to become aware of it, to change it, to finally step outside the cycle? Perhaps the most important question is this: if you really have lived this life before, and you are now experiencing the echoes of your past choices, what would you do differently this time? Maybe the next time you feel déjà vu, you should stop, pay attention, look around. Maybe it's not just a strange moment. Maybe it's a message, a reminder that you've been here before, a chance to make a different choice, a chance to escape the loop. Or maybe it's just a brain glitch after all, but then again, what if it's not?